Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the technicals. We'll talk about some fundamentals as well, but those will be general market fundamentals, which I think you need to be aware of. I think that's important to also know what XRP is doing and what the possibilities are. But at this point of time, there's nothing fundamentally going on with XRP specifically, right? I mean, obviously, I think the key catalyst that we are waiting for here is the XRP ETF. But for that, we do need the US government to be running again. It seems like that is hindering the whole new ETF application process, which obviously came out, or at least plans for that came out at the end of September, which is obviously also good news for XRP. I think that does increase the chances of getting an XRP ETF a little bit. Let me see Poly Market right here, and let's not check out my portfolio because I think it's down a lot. Yeah, so Ripple ETF approved in 2025. It's now sitting at a 99% chance. So you can, you can already imagine that it's priced in mainly. But I think that after the launch, the XRP ETF can be one of the best ones, right? So whether that's fully priced in, whether the amount of inflows are fully priced in, I don't know. But that's for later, because like I said, fundamentally right now, there's nothing that we're going to hear about that while the US government shutdown is going on. Ultimately, though, when we talk about other market-related fundamentals, right? So if we talk about the S&P 500, that's still very strong and bullish and resilient, I would say, as well, through the headlines. So that's good news for XRP as well. But then if you take a look at the price for XRP, we're relatively weak here. All right, yesterday Bitcoin was still relatively strong and there was quite a lot of momentum for certain altcoins as well. BitTensor, for example, did quite well, to name out one specifically. But you can see that XRP, yeah, I mean, we created a high into the 90-day rolling VWAP here, but we got a pretty strong rejection from the combination of the 90-day rolling VWAP and the monthly POC, which is obviously a relatively high liquidity zone. And we're just kind of consolidating right here, which, by the way, if you watched my video yesterday, and you might already start to recognize some things, this is what we said, right? I think that XRP looks bullish, it looks very constructive, but ultimately the momentum is lacking. And that's not a problem because, like I said, it is constructive. We had a very strong support level right here at 2.8 and 2.85. But I do think it's more and more likely as well now that Bitcoin is starting to pull back slightly. Although with Bitcoin, I think it's a little bit early to call that a pullback, but I think it's more and more likely that we're going to test those imbalances that we made last week, Wednesday, right? Last week, Wednesday, that was really the first day for XRP that we saw some real momentum. We actually were able to reclaim 2.85 and 2.8 earlier, but then on Wednesday, we got some momentum and we started to rally into $3.05 into that fair value gap. So that was great news. But we left a gap there, right? We left some imbalances and not nothing. I mean, we left three fair value gaps and we left two single prints. So I think, especially when Bitcoin is going to pull back, and right now the probability of a Bitcoin pullback is the highest it's been in days at least. And then, structure-wise, it's quite normal that when you see high momentum move, consolidation, that we actually tap that level once more. We spoke about that yesterday, about space and time. It sounds a little bit out there, but check out my video yesterday. So I think it's more likely when we're zoomed in on XRP right here. So we're taking a look at the price action since Monday the 29th. I think it's most likely that we will remain stable. I don't think we'll crash, but I do think we're going to spike down, grab some of that liquidity between 2.91 and 2.87. I don't think we're going to spike down lower, and that from there we'll be able to recover, and that then we will be able to rally up higher. That seems most likely right now. I must admit that I'm kind of going, if for example we break above $3.06 right here, I will change my mind. All right, if we're able to break above that with volume, then we'll just rally up to our main target at 3.25 from here. That is a possibility as well, right? So I still think you need to be ready for different scenarios. But as of right now, I think stability and that liquidity grab to the downside is more likely. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. So thank you for watching, everybody. Take care and bye.